Hi there, my name is Phixfox, and welcome back to Heroes of Might and Magic 3. This is going to be the second scenario in the Elixir of Life campaign, Gelu's campaign from the Shadow of Death. And I'm very excited for it because we did a great job, I think, and maybe you'll disagree, and maybe you will agree with me, that we did a great job in building up two wonderful lieutenant heroes that can carry us forward into battle. It took a little bit of extra time, but I think that we have laid the foundations. We put in the preparatory work to have a great rest of this campaign. So with that being said, folks, let's dive right in to the Elixir of Life Scenario 2, Cutthroats. Our goal is to stop a group of rogue Avli lords from selling the Ring of Vitality to a Death Knight lord in Deja to win the scenario. However, if Gelu is defeated in combat, the scenario is lost. Gelu is limited to level 15, but will carry his experience, skills, and spells on to the next scenario. Two fun little things. Number one, it does not say here that our two strongest secondary heroes will follow along with us, but that is the case. That's number one. And number two, the first scenario is actually broken, bugged, or a developer forgot to prevent 5th level mage guilds from being available in the campaign, and they also forgot to disable Fly and Dimension Door. If you want to speed run the Elixir of Life campaign, you can sure do it. You just need to get a 5th level mage guild as soon as possible, pick up that Dimension Door, pick up that Fly, and you can cruise through these scenarios. We are going to be the green player. We have one red enemy and one tan enemy on this medium-sized map here. We're going to make sure our difficulty is on hard so the computer will play as good as it can. We're going to start off with no resources, and then we're going to have the choice between starting off with 10 rogues, 2,000 gold, or the Equestrian's Glove. There is no doubt in my mind what I would most prefer here. It is absolutely the Equestrian Gloves. I would rather have Equestrian Gloves than 10 rogues and 2,000 gold. But as always, the dice roll is going to let us know what we get to pick here. The dice roll is a 3. The 3 is going to be the 2,000 gold. And folks, let's let Gelu take it away from here.
Rumor has it that the Ring of Health, one of the essential components of the Elixir of Life, is located in the Shantana region of southern Avli. Time is of the essence, for a Death Knight has been spotted talking to bandits who have long been terrorizing the area, and we believe that he has hired them to find the ring first.
I really do like these mercenaries here. A Minotaur, an Elf, an Ogre, and a Dwarf. That's a good little mix of mythical creatures. The Forest Guard has been assigned to recover several artifacts needed to concoct the Elixir of Life. Were this powerful potion to fall into the hands of the Necromancers of Deja, they would pervert its beneficient magic to their own twisted purposes. You, Gelu, have been selected to lead a raid into a region controlled by vicious thugs. It is believed that they have the Ring of Vitality, or at least know where it is, and are planning to sell it to the Necromancers. You must stop then and obtain the ring for yourself. Do not fail us, for lives other than your own are on the line. Good luck. So we start off with Gelu. He did get up to level 10, as did Aislinn the Necromancer. Sanka only got up to level 7, but we do have 7 attack, 8 defense, 2 power, 3 knowledge. Very happy to have picked up the Wisdom and the Advanced Earth Magic. I've got a thing in my brain that says that if we can get an expert slow off on the battlefield, then these sharpshooters are going to be so very, very valuable. Of course, we upgrade the sharpshooters from marksmen and elves. We do pick up the Overlord Sanka. I had to right click to figure this out. She originally served the Dungeon Overlords and prefers the Great Outdoors to the dank, misty underground. But the whole reason we picked up this hero is for the basic scholar, because we were able to get some pretty nice spells in the previous scenario, and I really wanted to pick up Meteor Shower and make sure that I can get that on over to another hero. So if we can get up to Expert Scholar here, then you better believe we're going to pick up Meteor Shower, Town Portal, a whole ton of other wonderful spells. We're not going to be able to move over the Implosion or the Magic Mirror, as the Scholar only gives you spells 1 through 4. But even just the Resurrection, the Meteor Shower, Inferno, Chain Lightning, oh yeah, it's going to be worth it. So that's the strategy, and that is what took us a little bit of extra time last time. We do start off with 2,000 gold because we have our little bonus there, and for that reason, I think that we're going to go back in here, pick up a couple of these elves, and then grab... Do I want to pick up all these elves? Probably not. I think let's get 5 more elves and then upgrade them for the other 1,000 gold. I think that those 5 extra sharpshooters are going to go a long, long way for us to be very successful in this map. We're going to ignore any other purchases we could make at this time. We're going to probably see if we can just consolidate our forces. Let's get some centaurs, and we're probably going to get those into this big army in just 1 second. Aislinn has the wonderful spells. With 50 spell points, that is 2 Chain Lightnings. That's a couple of Infernos. That's a few Meteor Showers. We're going to use Aislinn to save ourselves some time and pick up the Sawmill here. I'm sure that we're going to need the Sawmill. I'm probably going to loop back around and pick up this Homestead in short order, but I think that for sure we can beat the Centaurs. Aislinn wants to run because he's saying, I don't have any spells. I'm saying, buddy, you just have to believe in yourself. If you just believe, you can do it. There is going to be, it looks like, let's see, 7 times 8, what, 42? Yeah, let's see, 48, call it 56. There's going to be a healthy amount of hit points on these Centaurs here. Yeah, I just proved that my math skills are not that good. Yeah, 3 times 8 is 24 times 2. That's 54 plus 8. Yeah, okay. But I'm thinking, which is better? A couple of Infernos for 60 points of damage or a big Chain Lightning? I'm thinking that let's just cast the 1 Chain Lightning now. Drop it on one of these tall stacks of 7, and then we'll just go from there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the first hit off on these enemies. Let's just defend. Let them crowd around, and then we will pick them off one by one, probably with some smaller spells, maybe some AoE spell right there. I could do 1 Inferno. Will that get all of them? It will not. So for that reason, let's just do a Magic Arrow. 50 points of damage is going to go a long way. Oh yeah, that goes a long way. I love spells, by the way. If you've never had me talk about my spiel on spells. Spells are one of my all-time favorite things in any strategy game, because if you just look at might is really good. But as soon as you add spells, it adds another dimension. It's definitely the difference between playing checkers and playing chess. And if your spells are really good, it's like the difference between playing chess and 3D chess, which is even better. We're going to pick up the gold here. I don't really want a whole ton extra levels on my lieutenants here, and I'd prefer to finish this fight as quickly as possible. Because this is a medium-sized map, I don't know how much experience is going to be available on the map. As you saw in the previous playthrough, we didn't have an awful lot of extra time or extra enemies to really get additional experience. Eventually you just kind of run out of experience, and that feels kind of bad, especially when you'd like to get everybody upgraded. But we're going to focus on Gelu, and if we can just beat the scenario quickly, that'll be just fine for me. Because we picked up all this extra gold, we're going to take these troops, we're going to leave the Dwarves. I don't need the slow Dwarves in my army at this time, and we're going to have our other heroes clear around us, and we're going to have Gelu go on the road as far as he can. Generally, it feels like a good idea to me to get on the road to see what else is here. It's good for scouting, it's good for lots of things. Worth noting, I can't pick up these witches' huts without fear of accidentally picking up a spell or a skill that I don't want. We still have 2 slots available for secondary skills. So let's have Gelu just go on the road up as far as he can go. And we see right here, we see a gold mine. These elves are not going to be too big of a problem. We don't have tremendous spells. If I split the centaurs into 4 stacks instead of just the 3, we shouldn't have any problem. I'm pretty sure that the sharpshooters are going to take care of this, and they do, no problem. We're going to take the 235 experience and 1,000 gold. A couple things already. Nagabank, definitely don't want to tangle with that. That's going to be a little too hot to handle. War unicorns guarding a purple keymaster's tent, I don't know how valuable that's going to be. This +5 to our archery skill, I actually really like that. We'll see. We'll see if that comes to be or not. I probably should have gotten the upgraded centaur stables. My apologies. My bad. I think because we just picked up that extra gold there, we can just wait 1 turn. We'll pick up the town hall tomorrow, and we're going to be all set for some high success here. Rather than buy anything else, let's just focus on getting some additional gold. The warlords in this region are cutthroats and madmen. They have been looting caravans, razing villages, and butchering garrisons with no thought given to the consequences to their homeland. They will foolishly sell the Ring of Vitality to the necromancers and betray their countrymen merely to fill their coffers with gold. These traitors should be given no quarter and no mercy. Good to know. We still have 37 of our spell points. It's that odd number because we've got the intelligence, and that's giving us a little bit of a weird little up and down type of bonus. Before I do anything, I need to remember to do this town hall. It would be a real shame if I purchased dwarves of all creatures, and those were the reason why I wasn't able to get an extra 500 gold per day. An old man claiming to be an inventor asks you to try his latest invention. He calls it a spyglass. +1 to our scouting radius. Dwarves here, I don't really want to fight dwarves with Aislinn because of the spells. maybe I can actually throw all these troops from Sanka onto Aislinn and I can do something fancy. So let's actually do that now. Let me turn over all these troops, and I know I'm mixing morale, and that's not going to be good for, undead plus negative morale for, not having troops of all one alignment. But that way I can have one hero kind of follow up in the rear, basic archery, and figure out, how we can support Gelu. That'll feel pretty good for me. Do I need gems? Not really. I need gems for the unicorns. I don't need the gems for anything else. And so let's just continue on this road. These elves are right here, so I see no reason not to fight them. I think we're going to take no losses. We do, so they're worth 360 experience. If they didn't want to join me, well, in that case, all I can say is sayonara. We do have this homestead here, and thankfully we went out of our way to go pick that up, because now we do see a Rampart castle to our south here. That'll be very, very nice to pick up. Let's shoot for that as soon as we can. And because these elves are here in this homestead, sometimes you feel a little bit at a loss. You say, oh man, they're a good stack. I'm happy to pick up these creatures, but I'd love to get them upgraded. Because of my speciality, I can upgrade these creatures in the field just as soon as I get 1400 gold. And in fact, we might have the opportunity to pick up gold over here. We will see. Otherwise, we have 820 gold. We will see as to whether or not we pick up these elves over here, or if we just wait. I'm going to move my creatures around with this tactics ability. It's not going to do much for me. This is really going to come down to the spells more than anything. But it's always nice to see that we're going to win even without the use of spells. So it's the little things that matter. Should I just drop one Inferno here and kill a couple? Let's wait on all of our creatures. I think that these Centaur captains, yeah, they're going to be fastest, so they are going to get the first shot on us if they so desire. We better take our hits while we can. I think that even just one AoE damaging spell, 9 spell points on the Frost Ring, or, well, or some other spell is probably going to be the very best. Tell you what, let's spend the extra spell points. No, let's save the extra spell points. Let's just kill one full stack. We're going to take a whole lot of damage here, and that's okay. We're going to take lots of damage from everybody as they come charging across the battlefield, all in one go. But then we will save a lot of spell points, maybe for a later fight. I don't know what else is in this upper left corner. And if it's something very useful, I'll be very sad if we don't have any spell points to fight those creatures with. Again, one magic arrow goes a long, long way in these fights. There, for example, that goes a long way. Everybody else should be able to take care of these centaurs with no problems. Even with the bad morale, it's not a problem. It's just an issue that we have to deal with. It's going to cost us a couple skeletons. And we're going to get out of the fight with 1, 3, and 8 losses. 8 troglodytes, don't really need them. The skeletons and the walking dead. These troops are all meant simply to get me through this early game, and then later on, they're going to be valuable, but not right now. Right now, they're just kind of whatevers. I could go up the main road here. Rather than do that, I'm going to scout and see if I can find some gold somewhere. No gold here. Fountain of Youth is right here, so I might as well pick that up. We can't get around these dwarves. Let's head over this direction. We're not going to get any additional gold, so these homesteaded elves and these other elves we just picked up, we're going to have to wait on them. I see Mercury, and we do see Pegasus guarding, it looks like, an enchanted spring. We're just going to continue up the road to this Rampart Castle. That really, truly will be the best thing for me. It's day 3. We have plenty of time to come back for these elves in short order. Crystal, now that's very, very useful. Crystal is very, very useful because our dragons are going to require lots of crystal. Our Pegasi are going to require lots of crystal. Yeah, there's a good time to have a crystal mine nearby, and that's any time that you are the Rampart faction. A couple extra bits of gold here. It's only 500 on week 1, and that's just fine for me. We will probably hire another hero out of this castle as soon as we can to help us clear out centaurs and things like that. But for now, we're going to grab whatever we can. And a group of dwarves have a desire for greater glory. They want to join us. Are we going to accept? Absolutely. 40 extra dwarves, which is massive. Also, we see a heavy axe embedded deeply in the ground, and after several unsuccessful attempts by our army to remove it, we tightly grip the handle of the axe and effortlessly pull it free. That's going to be +2 to our attack skill. A great pickup. And we see Forest Glen. Forest Glen is currently owned by the brown player. And I wonder if we need to go up or down to get to them. It's possible that this road splits off into multiple sections here. I can't tell if Dagger Court is owned by Han or not, by Brown. I think I'd rather try and take this castle now before they're able to get an extra week's worth of troops. And if we are able to stop that, that'll ultimately be the best thing for us. In your wanderings, you come across a hermit living in a small, tidy hut. Impressed with your mission, he takes time out of his meditations to bless and give you a charm against curses that will make us immune to the curse spell. It's really a nice pickup. Truly is. Truly is. Learning stones where we can. Excellent. We will pick up the advanced wisdom, and that's very important. Although we really want the advanced scholar and the expert scholar, getting the advanced wisdom is very useful because you have to be able to learn the 4th level spell that you're going to be transferring over. So that is a big pickup. This is owned by Tan. Dagger Court is owned by Tan. We can see the flags there now. And so I simply must be obliged to go away from it. I think that if I get the opportunity, that means that Gelu is going to go this way first, and then he'll go this way. But pretty big pickup, being able to get 2 new Rampart castles. Even if that's only an extra 500 gold per day from each of those castles, it's going to be very, very useful. One more time, if you'll oblige me. We are going to just make sure that we fight this fight as best as we can. It's possible that even just by waiting for 1 turn of combat, maybe even casting 1 single slow, 6 spell points versus 4 spell points. I just don't want the dwarves to resist the spell. They're going to resist either the damage or the slow at the same rate anyway. Might as well see if we can do a little bit of damage there. We do. So 2 dwarves goes down, and now I'm just going to wait on everybody, let the dwarves come across the battlefield, and I'm just going to hit Q and let the battle finish off from there. Somehow that ended up being worse, or maybe the exact same. Whatever, doesn't matter. Remember, these troops are just here so that we can get through the early game into the middle to late game. Basic ballistics, not a bad secondary skill, but I don't think it's going to be very useful at all for Gelu because we have the sharpshooters. The Dragonbone Greaves, though, +1 knowledge, +1 power, that's a nice pickup. Would I rather have the gold more in this early going? Maybe, but I think we're going to be okay. I think that as much as I want to get Enchanted Spring, Dendroid Arches, things like that, I think that going for the Blacksmith and then the City Hall is going to be pretty useful for us. That extra 1,000 gold per day is big, but let's invest heavily in our early economy and then go from there. What? What have you done? Bandits have attacked your supply lines and taken valuable resources? They didn't take everything, but they took a lot. Hold on. Yeah, they took 1,500 gold and then like 3 of each resource? Hold on. Those supply lines that the bandits just attacked, I need somebody to explain that to me because they took the gold right out of my coffers. That was in my treasury. And it's just gone now? That doesn't sound like they attacked my supply lines. That sounds like they went into my castle and just stole my stuff. Bro, that's not cool. 877 experience. We're going to stop in. Whoa. Nice Mage Guild. Really nice Mage Guild. And it's an extra 2,000 gold here in this castle. This is a big pickup. This is a huge pickup. Chaos is an Overlord's best friend. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Funny, though, because Chaos, I think, was from Heroes 4. Was that the name of the town faction that has black dragons and Medusa and, you know, those kind of dungeon type of castles? The Overlord, of course, is the might-based hero from the dungeon faction. Is that just like an interesting nod to Heroes 4? Probably not. And yet, a man can dream. I can dream that it's all interconnected, and every single time that a nice little connection in my brain gets made, I better say something about it. We pick up 5 extra sulfur, and we do see some real good opportunities here. Light blue Keymaster's tent and the purple Keymaster's tent. Very intriguing. The Ladybird of Luck, not too bad. And then we do have a rogue cavern here. We might pick up at least 1 rogue just because they have the spying ability. It's a really nice ability if you know what it is. It's essentially having the visions spell on. It'll give you some detailed information about enemies. and it'll do lots of nice stuff for you. It will do lots of little good things for you. We're going to be fighting battle dwarves in a second. I want full spell points, and I'm probably going to steal these 8 dwarves. Then again, 5 speed, 5 speed. Then again, we're going to set off tomorrow because we got to get these elves. There's 7 elves there, and I simply cannot leave them. I've got to take them. I simply must. So we purchased the dwarves there. That's not going to stop us from getting the city hall now. So now it's 5,000 gold per day. Very wonderful. We're feeling great. And we're going to leave with Aislinn in just 1 second. But yeah, let's pick up just exactly 1 rogue for 100 gold. Notice that right now I see lots of wood elves. If I pick up just the 1 rogue, their spying ability means that it'll tell me exactly how many elves there are and let me know the enemy's disposition. If this was enemy heroes and things like that, or garrisons, it would tell me basically the same information. Of course, they are not going to want to join me. Wouldn't that be the worst thing? If your troops ever wanted to just join the enemy, I would probably throw up on my shoes. That would be the most disheartening thing to ever happen. Like, are you kidding me? After I purchased you, after I did all this, you go and side with them? Cowards. Since we got to go this way anyway, and it's day 6, we're going to have 3 days to get to here. I think we might as well go through these centaurs and just pick up however many. We currently have 27. We go up to 58. Nice pickup. Very nice pickup. So we've already had dwarves join us. We've already had centaurs join us, and we are feeling great. We are strong. We ought to take this and run. This is terrific. We'll pick up the elves tomorrow, by the way. I already mentioned that, but I'll just say it again. Your spies tell of a seer in the northeast who knows the location of the Ring of Vitality. Seek him out, learn the ring's location, and then retrieve it. Be wary. The necromancers are also looking for the ring. That's going to be 6 mercury from that windmill there. And we don't actually have to get here today. We can get there first thing tomorrow morning, and we're still going to be just fine. And that is going to be what we do here. A university. Now that is intriguing because we still have 2 slots available. And it is going to be an investment, sure. But an investment I am willing to make to have an excellent hero. So I'm pretty excited for what is coming up next. We're going to want to pick up elves here in just a second. We've got the gold. Let's go pick up all these troops. Every little bit of troops, especially since we've got so many dwarves here. They're going to be useful. We're going to make good use of them. And then we'll head out tomorrow as soon as we can. Okay, if we get the opportunity, by the way... we're too close to what might be a scary enemy. If we get the opportunity, by the way, to get diplomacy here, I think we take it. We saw in the Birth of the Barbarian campaign in the final scenario how useful diplomacy can be, and I'm seeing so many elves and centaurs and war unicorns. It may prove valuable for us to get the diplomacy and just levy the troops in this area to our advantage. It's day 7. I've got to have this enchanted spring. I don't have to. I can always just spend the resources on the dendroids. We only got 3 crystal. We are way too far away to trade. That's unfortunate. And that then brings up the question, do you want more troops from the Citadel or do you want the dendroids? I love dendroids. They're good troops, but the elves are where my power is. And so for that reason, it is going to be the Citadel. And it is what it is. Okay, we're out of gold. On to a new day. A few of the dendroids, several of the elves, a pack of the centaurs, and several of the dwarves. This isn't going to be a fight. This is going to be a slaughter. And in fact, just to make sure that things go increasingly well, we're going to have 3 stacks of the sharpshooters. 3 sharpshooters going down. That's probably about what we can expect just from the turrets. That means that this is a citadel more than anything else. So let's just accept these results. That's an extra 1,000 experience. This is another 2,000 gold here per day. And we are cruising right along. Folks, we're feeling excellent about all of this. Sorry, I needed to adjust my camera. That was really bothering me. There's way too much of my face going on there. We're here to play Heroes of Might and Magic. We don't need to see this much of Phixfox. So we've now picked up, I mean, it feels like we've got a really strong economy. 7,000 gold a day. We have so many different options. I think that as much as I want to purchase troops and send them out, and there are tons of troops, I think that information is going to be the most important thing for me. And how I mean by that is knowing where the enemies are and what we can do to defeat them and where we should go next. That's going to be the very best thing for us. After a day in the cage of the warlords, you will know how to better defend yourself. We're going to pick up Christian here. I don't want to say he's basically free, but at times I convince myself that heroes that start off with the ballista are free. The ballista does cost 2,500 gold, but you can use it with varying degrees of value from playthrough to playthrough and scenario to scenario. It's okay. It's fine. It's not great though. But we're going to get him down the road here. And I am, since I feel safe for the moment, for just the moment, I'm going to pick that ballista up and then travel back up the road, trying to stay, again, kind of off the road, stay a little bit safe, and let my heroes do a little bit of scouting and just go wherever their hearts may send them. Again, picking up the elves, heading south. And the university, we don't have enough gold right now to do much with this, but I need to see what they offer in here. Do I want scouting? No. Do I want estates? Not really. And so the leadership in the archery would have been fantastic. We will consider picking up the estates for every other hero, though. Your hero's footsteps echo through the quiet halls of the ancient university. A clerk informs you that while you're here, your hero may receive instruction on the following subjects. No, thank you. We're going to leave those slots for something a little bit different, a little bit better. Okay, on to centaurs. By the way, this holy ground, I forget exactly what holy ground does. I'm gonna check real quick. Holy ground will affect your morale depending on what your alignment is. So the good alignments, things like Rampart, Tower, Castle, they get +1 morale. And if you're on holy ground and you are of an evil alignment, so not the undead because they don't really care about morale anyway, but the dungeon overlords and who else is evil? Definitely the demons. The Inferno faction, they all get negative morale. So interesting how the alignment kind of comes into play here in that regard. Not always does alignment really make a big impact on any games, but in this situation, it does. With 1,000 gold left, I don't think I really have anything I must purchase. I would love to get citadels. I'd love to get castles. But we're still definitely waiting for crystal for these enchanted springs. We do see Tan, not just once, but twice. They are pushing up from the south along this main road. It is Malcolm with a horde of the elves, throng of centaurs, a few gargoyles, a few unicorns, several of the Pegasi. This is a little bit more than I want to deal with right now. And so I think I'm just going to step here. I'm going to get rid of the centaurs. I'm going to fight them because, again, it's experience. And now I'm in a little bit of a rough spot. Do you want to get the air magic so that way you have the ability to do some nice hastes, some nice chain lightnings, which we know are coming, or do you want the advanced wisdom so you can get the 4th level spells now? I think we're going to take the basic air magic. If we were up to advanced scholar, I would probably take the wisdom, but as it stands, I think that we're going to take that air magic now because multiple schools of magic is never bad. We're going to head back. We're going to take our 8,000 gold and we're immediately going to bolster our fighting force. I want to be as tough as I possibly can be. That's going to include, do I want the centaurs upgraded or the dwarves? I think that I want the dwarves. We're probably going to be marshaling the dwarves into an effective fighting force. It's going to be 1,200 gold, but that's going to take them from a 3-speed creature up to a 5-speed creature. The other stats are not that incredible. You do get an extra 20% magic resistance, but really it's the extra 2-speed that I really want in that situation. And then otherwise, we're just going to have creatures like this and this. We're just going to do this big split. And with no more movement points today, we're going to wait, see what Malcolm does, and we're going to decide if we need to run quickly or if we need to be aggressive. It's going to really come down to what our fortunes, what the distance between him and us looks like. How fortunate we are to keep him away from us. Not so worried about Gundula. Less creatures in general. This looks like more like a secondary hero. Malcolm just feels like a little bit of a tougher hero because it looks like they have the majority of the creatures. Green border gate. Purple. Light blue. Okay, so we've run out of road here. Won't hurt my feelings too much to just grab whatever I can. And then let's head north. Let's grab this windmill with the crystal. Water wheel, and I guess we're just going to start going to the north along that road. The enemy has an awful lot of room to run. They're going to be able to catch us very quickly if they so desire. So a little bit concerned about that. Rather than take the undead troops with us, I think that we're going to be just fine with these troops as we go to defeat those dwarves. In just 1 second, let's see what happens here. Hand does take that castle. I really don't love that. They just got a lot stronger. That was a lot of troops that I didn't purchase. Huh. I did not even think about that. I was so worried about what Malcolm was going to do that I didn't even care to think what Gundula was going to do. Any other upgrades? I can upgrade the Centaur Stables. I don't think I want to upgrade the Enchanted Spring right now. I think we're going to get the Centaur Stables upgraded. We're going to get all these Centaurs up a level. We're going to take the 3-speed, 4-speed Dendroid soldiers, just because I love Dendroids. Dendroids are one of my all-time favorite creatures, especially when I'm fighting the undead. I know that we're not going to be doing that right now, but it may happen at some point. And then this is about as strong as we're going to be for a little while. Let's head up. Christian's going to continue to go more or less the long way around. And hopefully at some point he can just dive right back down to the south. We can keep our other heroes safe. And we can have our scouting heroes do their job scouting. There's a lot of roads going on up here. Light blue border guard right there. A well. We can get Aislinn out here, and he can do a lot of damage with his spells. And it looks like with that one magic well, he can fight a fight, get full spell points, and then go back. We're going to try and drop one nice spell on the enemies here. Let's see what it should be. Probably going to use the Meteor Shower in just a second. I'm going to hope that these enemies all crowd around, just like that. Yes, yes, okay. And then I'm going to hit end on the battle as soon as I can get this one Meteor Shower. Oh, they were smart. Very nicely done. I guess I have the choice. Do you want to spend 4 less spell points and do half the damage? I think so, because with the 40% magical resistance, you'd rather take a shot at all 3 creatures and maybe have 1 or 2 of them resist the spell, rather than try and do high damage to 1 single stack or 2 stacks and then maybe have 1 or both of them ignore the spell. Let's just do this. Yeah, just like that. And so that cost us a little bit there. Just for that reason, I'm actually going to defend on everybody, and we're going to cast Inferno one more time, and then whatever the result is, we're going to hit Q and just end the battle that way. So 3 and 3, that's just fine for me. 24 spell points. We still have 38 left. That's going to be plenty to deal with these dwarves here. Okay. And it looks like Gundula runs. They don't try and defend Dagger Court, which I'm fine with. I'm just fine with that. That's 600 experience for us. Maybe they even built this up a little bit. I think that they actually got the Pegasi for us. Yeah, that's nice. That was 10 crystal that we don't have to spend. That's beautiful. And in fact, what creatures are left here? There's no creatures left here, and that's fine. I'm okay with everything that just transpired. I have no complaints. No complaints whatsoever. I don't want Gundula to pick up all this. This is a +3/+3. If Gundula turns back around and takes out Christian, I don't love it, but I'll be fine because I've got so much gold coming in right now. So maybe we'll make it easier to pick up Gundula. Maybe they'll backtrack, and then that'll give me the advantage I need with Gelu to go and grab them. A chance meeting with a famous archer finds you in a game of Knucklebones pitting his bow against your horse. You win. That's going to be a +5 to our archery skill as soon as we can get that. And then let's get these dwarves here now. Yeah, a little bit of a tougher fight. It looks like the enemy is very, very well aware that we have some AoE spells, and they're trying to avoid stacking. And that sounds pretty good to me if I was them. We're going to wait on everybody. Defend on everybody else. Bad morale coming in a rough way. There's one more spell. I already clicked by the archers or the elves one time, so I've already made one mistake. Let's not do it again. Okay. And then from here, I'm just going to hit Q and end the battle that way. We have spell points. We might as well use them. And so now we've effectively picked up all of this surrounding area, minus these dwarves that I need to go get soon. And we've been able to kind of go towards the center and just go along the road. what you'll generally hear me say is that it's very, very valuable. That's weird. That's way weird. It's generally very, very valuable to travel up roads as far as you can because you're going to get the most out of your movement points, number one. And number two, you're going to get the ability to see enemies coming and take advantage of adventure map objects when they're most advantageous for you. Heroes of Might and Magic is an information game, and it's so very, very good to know where to go, what to do, and how to do it. So let's pick up the castle here. We're going to have our main castle here at home. That's going to give us the opportunity to get the capital pretty soon. Let's focus on the gold and go from there. Christian is going to go down. Let me just take a quick look at what Gundula has. 2 attack, 2 defense, 1 power, 1 knowledge, no spell points. That's a little bit of an error. And then 4 unicorns, 13 of the Pegasi, 24 elves, and 48 of the other gentlemen here, 48 of the centaurs. Not too worried about everything else here. I think that this is going to be an easy fight, an easier win. We're not going to worry about this ore pit. Malcolm is there. Oh my word, there is a cover of darkness. Somebody has tapped the cover of darkness, and now once Forest Glen goes down, we're going to lose sight of this area. That's pretty interesting. We can't reach here. We're not going to defend here, so let's just grab our ore pit. Defeat this fight here. See if we can do just a little bit better, and then we're going to probably lose that other castle. So already we're trading forth castles back and forth and back and forth. As far as spells go, my priority is going to be these Pegasi. Let's just see if we can kill all 13 of them here. We don't, but we get pretty close. And then we're going to go for Wood Elves, waiting on everybody else. Unicorns next, I think. And then definitely I am going to actually wait on these Grand Elves. I don't care about the damage I might take from those elves. And then as troops come across the battlefield, I can do full damage instead of part damage. Okay. A lot of obstacles, a lot of terrain on this map. And I really appreciate how much variety terrain adds to any one of these playthroughs. Because from fight to fight, it's going to be so different. If there wasn't terrain, I feel very sad to say and sad to report that I think that heroes wouldn't be nearly so engaging. We didn't cast a spell there, by the way. It just didn't feel necessary. I'm probably going to be regretting that decision in just one moment, though. Something tells me that we're going to wish that there was no Wood Elf there. 25 dwarves, they're probably not going to run just yet. Let's kill one whole stack of the centaurs. Let's wait, and the enemy does run, so 2 battle dwarves. I was a little too excited, and we did a little too much damage. Oops. Advanced armor, that's going to be 10% reduced damage in hand-to-hand combat. And yeah, this is probably going to continue to go back and forth between visible terrain and non-visible terrain. Probably. Let's pick up these centaurs. They're free. They're absolutely free. And then we're going to escape and try and head back towards the relative safety of our primary castle of Green Falls. Okay. And I think that we wait. I think we wait on the capital, and we'll pick up the Enchanted Spring on day 6 and maybe the Dendroids on day 7. But yeah, let's plan on doing that. Any troops here that we need to purchase? The answer is yes. I just don't want the enemies to have these troops, so I will spend the 2,500 gold. It's going to be a little costly, but it will also cost them in troops to have to try and defend, or rather, to take this castle from me. I don't have any hero in there. That's going to be fine. This will give us a first look at least one of these heroes here. Astral. It's going to be Astral that we get a good look at. I was kind of hoping it'd be Malcolm, because Malcolm was the first enemy we've seen. This looks like, oh gosh, it looks like we're going to be probably hypnotized very, very quickly. If I had to guess. Let's see how good our battlements can do here. Ouch. Ow. The nice thing is that dwarves can resist some of those spells. 30 down to 18 on the spell points. Let's just defend. Let's not go out and attack. Let's make the enemy come to us. If he continues to cast some very high spell point intensive spells, we can just let the main building do 30 to 40 points of damage, and we can hold steady. He's out of spell points. And once he breaks through, he's going to have to go through the thicket. That's going to cost him some damage. Let's see if we can hold on here. Okay, so we do have a place for the enemy to come on through. I think I want the dwarves to step up there rather than the centaurs. We're just gonna step to right here. They're not going through. They must be waiting for this drawbridge to come down. And if that's what they're waiting for, I am just fine with every little bit of that. The first aid tent is healing a little bit, 19 points of damage at a time. Overall, we are doing better than they are. But it is worth noting that that first aid tent does have an impact on this battle. Pretty soon we are going to lose our main tower. Very soon, actually. Yeah, but if you aren't going to come to me, then I will just let you wait. And here it is. With only 2 dwarves left, they're trying to overwhelm me. It's not going to happen, buddy. Yeah, not going to happen. So we turn a loss into a glorious victory. We did lose a lot of troops there. We're definitely going to lose this on the front end, but that's 2,500 gold that Astral just cost him, his team, because it cost 2,500 gold for him to show up. So let's see about Malcolm then. This is going to give us the opportunity. And Malcolm is kind of interesting. So 50 spell points. Whoa! 50 spell points, and he's got some nice spells. Earth Elementals, 8 at a time. That is a little bit interesting. It's too much for me to hope that we're going to be able to do the same thing that we just did. Wow. But very interesting. We're just going to stay in the garrison. Hopefully we can survive for some length of time. Not likely when there's elves and Pegasi coming right at us. But hey, you've just cost yourself all your spell points. If Malcolm doesn't stay in this castle overnight, we may want to attack him. If he's got 0 spell points, we have a decided advantage with Gelu. Even though he's got 134 centaurs, even though he's got, nearly 50 elves, that's still gonna be good for us. If he stays in the castle overnight, then probably not so much of a chance. Oh, there it is. Unless he runs across a magic well, I think that this is a prime time to go in there and win, take our advantages where we can, and hopefully eliminate a pretty big player in this game. Our scouts report that one of the warlords has made contact with the necromancers and is planning a meeting very soon. Time is of the essence. Should that ring fall into the necromancer's hands, you will need to take it from them by force. Use whatever means are necessary to keep that ring safe. Remember that the best defense is a strong offense. Clear this region of the cutthroats inhabiting this region before they organize and steal the ring for themselves. However, only invade Deja if you absolutely must. I don't really know quite what that means. Like, is the goal ever not to just win and overwhelm and stuff like that? It feels like if I can defeat necromancers, why wouldn't you want me to? Are we not already at war with the evil necromancers at all points in time? I mean, I know we have Aislinn over here, but I think that in general we are still always at war with the necromancers. I want to wait because I want to bring up some additional elves. I don't think I have the time to wait. I think it's time for me to head out because there's still stuff to get. There's dwarves over here. There's just opportunities that maybe I don't know about. I mean, Pegasi, that's coming up pretty quick. And maybe I need to get troops to the front here. I don't know. One more time, let's see if we spot Malcolm here. It's tough because we've lost sight due to the cover of darkness, wherever that may be. But it's day 7. I want to get this castle before anything else happens. Let's just hop right in. Here we are, and we're going to have this overnight. Springs there. Let's see, here or here. There's a castle here. No, there's a citadel here. I could trade for the resources necessary for the Enchanted Spring. Perhaps I should. And then tomorrow I can set off with many Pegasi. That feels pretty good, actually. So let's do that. It's going to be a little costly, but let's trade for 1 crystal. Let's get this Enchanted Spring, and we're going to get an awful lot of Pegasi with us as we head out tomorrow. Meanwhile, I would love to get this Naga Bank. Sounds good. It's not going to work. Will not work. I'll accept these losses. We finally have run out of troglodytes. Oh no. Very sad. And with 3,500 gold left, we're going to pick up these elves. We're going to wait here because tomorrow we're going to want to grab them again. Dendroid soldiers guarding something. Okay. And now I'm hoping I see Malcolm. I really want to take him out. We know that he can leak up into this area. Let's see if he pops his head out of his hidey hole. He does. He does. The seer in the northeast is an old wise man named Farador. Seek his advice, but be warned, he shall not give you the ring outright. He is said to issue a test to those who seek the ring. Perform whatever task he asks, for you must obtain that ring. I hate it when that happens. And here's what I mean. I hate when I don't know what the test is going to be. I don't know what the thing is. Because then I worry that I'm going to later find out, oh, I should have been preparing for something. What if the test is that I need 10,000 gold or something and I should have been saving up my gold? Or what if the test is any number of things? Having a little bit of foresight is very, very helpful. And I've played this scenario at least once in my life, but it is a distant memory. In fact, there's no real recollection whatsoever. I think that there were 2 heroes here. I think that there was Malcolm and one more. We're just going to go chase him down in this direction. We're going to be able to travel pretty far by road. I'll pick up ore just because it's right there. We're not going to get all of these elves. We're going to get 5, though. And then hopefully we remember to come back for those last 2. A couple of gems. Oh, dendroid arches. Very interesting. I don't know. I guess I better defeat these enemies. Just so that way I have this dwelling under my control. I'm fine with these losses. Then again, I do have spells. Let's just drop 1 lightning bolt right on their heads. And then... we'll defend with everybody. 1 more lightning bolt, and then we're just going to call it. Quick combat. 17 skeletons, not too bad. I'll take the advanced fire magic over the expert necromancy. I'm getting some skeletons back, but it's not really what I'm after. We'll stay here overnight. Maybe we'll pick up some dendroids on the way out. We are out of gold. Let's see what Malcolm does. Does he go back? He does go back. I can go through this pack of Pegasi. Maybe the Pegasi will join me. Maybe they'll offer to join me. Let's see. No. Rats. I'm not going to let it cost me 3 sharpshooters. I don't have any choice. It's going to cost me 3 sharpshooters, okay? 540 experience. And now we are kind of right in the middle. I think that he's right around here. If he goes up, we'll see him. If he goes south, we should be able to see him. But let's put an end to this guy's travels. Just put him out of his... Not misery. I'm sure that he's enjoying life right now. Problem is he's enjoying life more than I want him to be enjoying life. It's not my idea of a good time to let people trapsize through my lands. And I do consider them mine. Maybe I can lure Malcolm out if I go to just right here. Maybe he will see Aislinn and he will want to go up in this direction. If he can't reach me, great. And then I'll just jump up and grab him. That's my hope there. Extra troops, let's just purchase the dwarves, split them up into single stacks, and then let's do the same thing here, actually. Just because if an enemy comes out of the forest, I want to be able to put up a little bit of a fight. Oh, and I was right. Maybe he was going in this direction, maybe he turned away at the last second, but this is nice for me. I'd love to pick up the centaurs, I don't have room. And I'm guessing that he's got maybe 5 to 10 spell points. So let's see if we can keep him from running. 5 spell points, yes. 5 spell points. That's not that much. He is in a little bit of a hard place. So, with the 56 wood elves, a couple of these other creatures, let's think. Let's think. What will be best for us? If he's got some nice water magic, dispels and cures, those are going to be pretty effective with 5 spell points. But I think he has to have advanced or expert in order to get that down from 7 or 8 down to 5. By the way, big departure from Heroes 2. In Heroes 2, the spells cost what they cost, and nothing really changes that except for a few artifacts that will bring the spell cost down. For example, the skull cap will bring down the cost of mind influencing spells. In Heroes 3, it's based off of your magical expertise. The blind could be pretty good here just to take out 1 full stack, and it's going to last a long time. I'm going to assume that he doesn't have enough spell points to cast a Dispel or a Curse, or Cure, excuse me. So then, with that being said, let's take out their biggest stack. That's these Centaur Captains. We're going to wait on everybody else. Everybody else. So that way he can't get, like, good morale or something like that. I will use these Grand Elves to defeat these Pegasi. And then on to these Stone Gargoyles. Taking out full stacks wherever I can. Yeah, and we're going to try and use the Blind Lock in order to keep our enemy from running. That's my goal at this point. We can kill 2 unicorns. Let's do that. Retaliate. We do a lot of damage there. I hope this one Pegasi attacks here. No, they don't. Okay, and now let's Blind Lock the rest of his forces. So his 12 Centaurs are going to get to go next. So let's actually blind the Centaurs. Kill the one Pegasus. Start working on these creatures here. Gremlins. And then, what's the likelihood that he has ballistics? I think it's probably pretty low. What's the likelihood that he has first aid? I think it's higher. I think, just to make sure that he doesn't get the opportunity to run with like control of his first aid tent or of his ballista, I'm just gonna straight up kill your freaking ballista, and then I'm gonna kill your freaking first aid tent. Yeah, because you're not gonna run, buddy. I'm gonna prevent any chance you might have had at doing anything silly. I refuse to let you leave. You're locked in here with me, and you have no chance. Your 56 elves are going to go down so quickly. Down to 13, down to 0. And now we were able to keep Malcolm from running. It would be very interesting to know if he had either first aid or the ballistics ability, because again, if he has the ability to control either of those war machines, then he can use that opportunity to run. But if he could not, maybe I was overcautious. It's never a bad thing to win a fight and prevent the enemy from running. Let's get some excellent artifacts. None. Really interesting. Okay, we're going to take Expert Armor, and we've got a couple of other spells, I mean, some skills that can get from basic up to advanced, but we're still waiting for one last slot. I hope it's nothing bad. I hope it's something really, really good. We are ready to go in this direction, pick up some of these freebies, and I think we're going to clear through this corner with Aislinn, but I do want to pick up this +1 to knowledge. And so let me grab that as Sanka goes home and grabs elves and windmills and things of that nature. This is going to sound weird. We only have the one crystal mine. I think it's time that we actually get resource silos. So we're going to pick that up now. One resource silo there, and I'm guessing this castle is more easily defended because it's got a castle and, well, it's got a citadel instead of just a fort. So let's actually do that. Let's get the other resource silo here. Yeah, I don't generally love putting resource silos near the front. I want to keep my speciality buildings in the back away from the bad guys, but that's going to be the best thing for me right now. I need the crystal. Crystal gets you dragons. Dragons are a big buff for us. Any of these troops that need to come over? Yes. First off, we need the artifacts and we need these elves. We're going to upgrade the elves immediately into sharpshooters, split those troops, and then we're going to bring back battle dwarves and nobody else. Not at this time. I could combine my sharpshooters and then take the dwarves, knowing that I'm going to drop by a castle soon. Let's do that, and then Aislinn's going to have to just do their best. Yeah, they're just going to have to do their best to clear out whatever else they come across with minimal troops. We're going to make it their job to pick up the homestead. Are there any elves here to recruit? There are. Wonderful. We'll pick those up. Extra 6 ore. Elves here. Yep, 7 more elves. Good, good. We'll pick up the dwarves as well. Generally, I don't love picking up dwarves. They're not bad. Dwarves are really pretty good. But the issue I have is that there's just other stuff I would rather have than huge stacks of dwarves generally. And if that's the case, then, I mean, let's pick up other stuff. However, we're getting to the point where the dwarf stacks are actually pretty high. Early on, picking up those extra 40 dwarves actually goes pretty far for us. And now there's actually additional dwellings here. The dwarves are going to run. We're going to let them. I lied. I said it out loud, and then I immediately did the exact opposite. Yeah, we're going to let you run. And as they're like walking away, like a hailstorm of arrows from our sharpshooters comes out and obliterates them. That would make me a real bad person, actually. And so that makes me very sad. That was not my intention. I'm sorry. I feel like Darth Vader talking to Boba Fett. Hey, we had a deal. I have altered the deal. Pray that I don't alter it further. Here in our home castle with our capital, it's time to continue to focus on some of these other creature dwellings. Notice I'm not getting the third resource silo. I think the 3 crystal a day is going to be okay. I don't want to invest that much gold in getting additional bits of crystal. You know what though? Like, if you stop and think about it, it's actually a pretty good deal. How much does crystal go for on the open market here? For 100 gold? So 1 resource silo is effectively going to pay for itself currently in 50 turns, right? Because that's going to equal 5,000 gold, and that's the cost of the crystal. But if you think about how much gold it takes to trade for crystal, the value goes way, way up because you recoup your losses essentially in 2 days. So spending the gold on resource silos, like, yeah, it's a lot, but if you can do it, it's totally worth it. So maybe I should change my ways. Maybe I should do things a little bit differently. Oh my gosh, that was terrifying. Gundula is back. With a vengeance, I'm sure. We're going to use Aislinn to scout a little bit. And if we need to, I think that we're going to be fine to stay alive and then rehire back. In fact, it's probably not a bad idea to just use these troops to bait a big fight and then chain lightning somebody to death. Because if anybody can do it, oh yeah, it's Aislinn. She's got it. No problem. I cannot make it all the way back here. So let's go back to Forest Glen. We'll upgrade these dwarves. That'll help me feel nice and speedy. We'll pick up the Enchanted Spring because Pegasi are just that good, especially the silver variety. I'm going to take a bunch of these dwarves, but not all the dwarves. And then that gives me the opportunity to split my sharpshooters. We weren't going to be able to get over here anyway, but now we'll get pretty far in just a moment. So this is going to go down. We have 7,200 gold to mount whatever kind of defense we possibly can. That's it. And now I don't feel so bad about having the resource silo not purchased at this time. Maybe they'll buy us castle for us, dendroids, something. We're just going to let these dwarves go down. Wait a second. There we go. We didn't have room before. I messed that up. Okay. And I doubt that that's going to be enough of a deterrent to keep the enemy from attacking us, but we'll see. We'll see. They actually turned tail. Very interesting. I had no idea. I don't know why they would run, but I'm all for it. Be warned, this region is the site of a glorious battle and is now a holy ground. Do not desecrate it. I don't know what they even mean by that. Me? Desecrate it? No. I'm the good guy. I would never do something like that. And desecrate it how? Don't you think that the best thing you could do to honor the site of a holy battle would be to fight another battle on top of that holy ground? That just makes sense to me. I don't know. That's what I think. Dwarves are going to be the furthest out of the way. I know that we just wasted a lot of movement points, but that's still going to be the best thing for us. I'm going to purchase another hero. As we chase down these roguish villains, we're going to purchase one more hero. Green has found the most artifacts. Good, good. And we're going to take Cuthbert. Cuthbert has the most nice troops with them. And we're just going to go south. And, oh, there's another Rampart castle there. Just right there. I completely and totally missed that. Maybe Cuthbert has just picked up enough spells that we could maybe take this fight here. Ice Bolt? Lightning Bolt? It's possible. It's possible. Okay, we got some unique opportunities here, but otherwise we got 1, 2, and then a third hero that I currently can't see. Maybe they went down here, but we got some enemies that we need to deal with. Okay. Day 7. Let's see. Are there any other things to purchase? Unicorns, definitely. Should we get the castle? Yeah. Let's pick up the castle here. And what else to grab? We're 3 gems away from unicorns. Let's just trade for the 3 gems. That's going to be pretty expensive. Hold on. We need wood and ore. Make sure that we don't overtrade. Let's go 1, 2, and 3. Saving the ore because ore is important for dragons later. Now what are we short? Oh, we're short like a lot of gold. Like a lot of gold. Oops. Well, we've gone this far. I feel obligated to go the rest of the way. As I say, don't trade your ore, and then I immediately do so. Okay. Alrighty. But that's going to be a couple extra unicorns. That's going to be good anyway. That's very unfortunate. So there's the 3rd hero. Josephine's picked up +3/+3. So long as she doesn't escape with those artifacts, I'm going to be okay. I've got to take out Gundula. They're too aggressive in my territory. I need to make sure that they don't threaten me any further. And I definitely, and I mean this with all my heart, I definitely want to try and make sure that they don't run. They're a pretty good hero. 4 attack, 1 defense, 2 power, 1 knowledge. Not a lot of spell points. Let's see what they use with their first spell in just 1 second. Who's going to get to go first? It's going to be these Black Knights. Let's take out Liches where we can. And then let's take out Black Knights down to 2. A slow comes out. Not very scary. I've maintained my spells. Can I kill 100 hit points worth of centaurs? Not with any spell. Yeah, not with any spell. Because if I could, I would consider taking out 1 full stack of centaurs. But if that's not going to happen, then it's just not going to happen. We should kill 2 Black Knights there. It was actually closer than I'd like to admit, but we did our best. And then let's consider 85 points of damage. I think we're actually best off casting the haste, counteracting the slow, and then using these 12 silver Pegasi to kill, hopefully, I say hopefully, all of these vampires. That's 120 hit points worth of damage here on these vampires. That's right in the very middle of our top end and bottom end of range of damage. We're at about 90 to 160 points of damage. Let's see if we get lucky. Nope, we got the low end of damage. It was close though. 7 hit points left. Okay, let's just finish them off. Yeah, let's just finish off the vampires. And then obliterate where we can. Thankfully, we're going to get all of the rest of our range creatures who are going to get to go next. And then the dwarves. And so even if we're short, we don't have to worry about getting the damage exactly perfect. That's 2,300 extra experience. And the whole reason why that was any difficulty at all was just making sure that the enemy didn't run. That's really all that was. We're going to go out of our way for the 6 sulfur, just so that way I don't forget about it. And then we're going to come back, see what Josephine does. Okay. I feel like we're in a great spot. I just want to secure my area before I head out because I don't know what else is out and about. It's important to me to make sure that I'm taking care of business on the home front and not losing castles where I don't have to. There's enough troops here, I think. Let's actually move everybody over. Yeah, except for the skeletons. They're going to ruin our morale. That's 1, 2, 3 different troops of alignments. Let's go down from 3 to 2. Rampart and castle. Let's have our troops split up just a little bit. Maybe just like that? Whoa, what in the world? And then let's fight this fight. Cuthbert, I believe in you, man. You got 20 spell points. You've got a couple of fun little spells. You got 6 archers. If you can do this, you're a hero. Buddy, you can do this. Trust me. I believe in you. You can't do this. You're totally gonna die. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. As soon as the archers went down, I just realized that there was no chance. And 31 gremlins is actually way too many. That's actually way too many. So we're going to start working on the gremlins. Oh, that's great. That's great. We're going to do better than the AI said that we would do, but it's not going to be much better. So, Centaurs goes down. Pikemen are going down. We've got 2 magic arrows. I think that we probably want to split up the damage. Let's see. We're going to definitely want to go here. Yeah, I think you're going to want to split up the damage. Kill almost 2 gargoyles down to 2 hit points. You're going to kill 1 more there. And then try and kill 1 more here. That's actually not bad. That doesn't hurt my feelings. And then 15 gremlins left. Come on, guys. We can do this. Here's the barrage. 1, 2, 3 hits. Come on. You've got 30 spell points worth of, or 30 hit points worth of damage. 15 down to 8. We've still got 6 hit points worth of gargoyle. We gotta kill him. It must be. Please. Okay, so we got him. And then retaliation down to 6. We're not going to make it. We were so close. Oh no, if I had known that, if I'd anticipated, I might have walked through the briar. Oh! Oh, you're taunting me. No, you're kidding me. 26 hit points left. We can't do that much damage. Wait, maybe with retaliation. There's only 22 hit points worth of gremlins here. We're going to do 14 to 19. We attack. 6 down to 1. They hit. We attack. We go. We get it. We get it. We get it. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The gremlins had to stay inside, but they got so aggressive, and that cost them. And here's the deal. With our 1 final Dendroid left, we now take this castle. They don't get to purchase any of these troops. We're immediately going to purchase all. Immediately purchase whatever defenders we can, and now this castle is now completely and utterly ours. 5th level Mage Guild. Is this another scenario? I knew that in the first scenario that they forgot to limit 5th level spells. We have to get Gelu up to Expert Wisdom. We have to. We can't. He's level 13. He's maxed out at level 15. It can't be done. Oh, what a critical error. Wow. Because if he is at Expert Wisdom, and we can pick up 5th level spells, we can do some pretty fantastic stuff. Sad. I'm very sad. Can you tell? With that being said, though, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't actually use things like the Dimension Door. It's a page I've taken out of other people's books. I do think that it limits some of the intrigue in a story if all of a sudden we just no-clip across the map. And, you know, it takes away some of the strategic value. And if the only reason why you're winning scenarios is just because you're getting lucky and getting this one spell, that feels kind of bad too. I don't know. Maybe you feel differently, but it's the decision I've made, and it's served me quite well so far. So that's what we're going to do. We're tracking down those enemies to the west. We're picking up extra troops, and pretty soon, by the way, we're going to bring so many troops from Green Falls. It's not going to be funny how many troops there are. You're going to say, oh my gosh, why haven't you used those troops so far? And I'll say, well, it's because we haven't had the opportunity to really amass troops and get them to the front. We've been focusing on building up these other 2 castles a little bit. We've been working on our infrastructure, etc., etc. It's been troops that I desperately could have used, but ultimately it's not going to be. They weren't ready. I wasn't ready for them. They weren't ready for me. And how many troops is it here in our home? 83 centaurs, 49 of the dwarves, 45 elves, 25 pegasi, 6 unicorns, 10 dendroids. Yeah, we have a bottleneck. We can't pick up all these troops because we don't have gold, but we have dwarven treasuries. We have a Naga bank. Looks like there's a gold mine right here we can maybe pick up. We'll probably grab that in just a second, but we've got some opportunities. We just need to be smart about what we do. Tan has picked up the light blue tent. That's pretty interesting. Aislinn is gonna die? No way. He doesn't have a lot of troops, but he's got enough. Yeah, I don't love my odds here, but I don't hate them either. I mean, it'll depend on what spells the enemy here has. 50 spell points, that's a lot of spell points. We do have the castle to help us defend. Anti-magic, that's a good choice. I like that choice. I really do. Look, buddy, I've got Implosion, I've got Chain Lightning, I've got Summon Earth Elemental. I can cast that once. I think that we gotta do Meteor Shower now. It's our speciality, first of all. It's gonna do a lot of damage, and I'm gonna do that damage to these 3 creatures. It's gonna be 0 damage wasted. I think that's the very best thing for us. This magic dampening from the unicorns, I don't think it impacts that far. I don't think. It'll be fine. But that is probably the best thing for us. No, that didn't do it. Hold on. 150 points of damage should have killed more than that. Yeah, the aura of magic resistance, did that impact how many creatures died there? It might have. I don't know what to do with the unicorns. Do I want to stay and defend, or do I want to go out and get the liches? I'm hoping that the towers are all going to continue to focus on these liches. I think that we're going to put the unicorns up here, split up our ranged creatures just a little bit, and then go from there. I think that if you kill the unicorns, that their magic resistance is still going to persist throughout the rest of the fight. I know that that is the case with Silver Pegasi, and Pegasi is their magic dampener. I'm assuming it's that same way for the aura of magic resistance. Then again, it's more of an aura and less of just base level magic dampening. An aura, to me, sounds like it should be different. Again, I could be wrong. That 1 stack of 7 skeletons, I wish that we didn't have it. It has obliterated our morale. I didn't think that we'd have to fight this fight. I did not think that we would have to do this. So I'm pretty sad about that. I don't want to drop an Implosion for 32 spell points. That's just not going to be the best thing for me. The enemies have not lined up for another good Meteor Shower. How many Earth Elementals do I get? Allows you to summon Earth Elementals. I'm not going to look it up, but because I should know this. I should know the answer to how many Earth Elementals I'm going to get here. Or I wish it told me in the tooltip, but it does not. Chalk that up one more point to the F-Heroes 2, because it would tell you. It'll let you know. And the fact that I have to guess or just know that, I don't think I like that at all. Is there a spell better than a damaging spell here? I don't think so. I think that a damaging spell is just the best thing. Am I going to get more value out of 5 magic arrows? With 350 points of damage, or the 1 chain lightning and then a couple of the other magic arrows? I think the Meteor Shower is going to be the very best thing if the troops will line up. Tell you what, let's do the Meteor Shower. It's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be better than the Chain Lightning doing its falling off damage. We're just going to attack here, take the retaliation. We're going to wait and hope that these troops kind of line up a little bit better for us. These Pegasi are going to get enveloped very, very quickly. Ouch. They're not lining up. And we more or less just missed the opportunity to cast a spell there. The enemy has 21 spell points left. I'm anticipating running in just a second. 14 spell points left. That's pretty bad. Blind is pretty bad. I do think that I'm going to get the opportunity to run. We've still got some time with our castle here. Our defenses. How long is that blind going to last for? It's 4 spell power, so I think that we actually want to do the 1 cure so that the Dendroids can plug the hole. I don't want the unicorns to get in. I don't want their 4 unicorns to get in. I really don't. Then again, they're going to get a lot of creatures coming in pretty quickly anyway. The wall is quickly falling. Yeah, the wall is quickly falling. Maybe a shield? No. Don't love it. No. Against my better judgment, I'm going to wait one more turn before I decide what spell to cast. Okay, so the unicorns are in. Jeez, and I'm blinded. Okay, and now I think that the cure is probably the best thing. No, they're gonna take the blind off me in a second when they attack me. So let's just get damage off where we can. We got 2 magic arrows. It's not gonna be a lot, but it's gonna be something. Don't love this. Do not love this. 8 dendroids are going to last for a good long time. 3 hit points left. Let's kill a unicorn. $59. We can kill the unicorn. Let's give it our best shot. And let's drop 1 more magic arrow here. Here. We do get the unicorn. Tell you what, they're taking a lot of damage. I don't think it's enough, though. Oh, wait, never mind. There's lots of sections of wall left. I thought that they were going to get through these wall sections much quicker than they have. We're going to use the Pegasi. We're going to fly around, because it's at least going to be 5 more turns of them taking damage from my defenses. I'm fine. I am okay. We're going to back off, let them come through, or wait. Whatever. Never mind. And then, yeah, let's just let the Pegasi fly back and forth and back and forth. Don't get caught by the dendroids. You will get caught by the dendroids there. So we have to just defend on this turn. We'll step up with our dendroids. Yeah, I want their dendroids to come through, actually. Because if they catch my Pegasi, I'll be feeling pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, we're actually going to win this fight. It's going to be way close, but yeah, you still got 1 more section of wall there and the drawbridge. So yeah, I'm fine. I'll be fine. And in fact, I can even use the Pegasi to take out that dendroid now, and we're going to just clean up the game from here. Yeah, the enemy has fled. Okay, I underestimated the value of the castle there. I know that was a lot of laborious decision making, and it feels really bad when at the end of the fight, I realize that the premise that I was working off of was flawed. The premise was, oh my goodness, I'm going to get overwhelmed. All these low-level zombies and dwarves, there's going to be too many hit points to chew through. I'm not going to do too much damage. I'm out of spell points. That's the best thing I have going for me. And that premise was incorrect. I had the castle, and the enemy was not going to go through my walls quick enough to get to my left turret, right turret, or main bastille. And that pumped out so much damage in this fight, and that helped me overcome those low-level troops. So, wow. I'm happy that I was wrong. I really thought for a second that was going to be a complete and utter loss. Glad that it wasn't, but feels bad when I completely miscalculate, and that was a miscalculation. So let's not do that again, by the way. Let's immediately purchase whatever troops are left. Let's get rid of all these skeletons because we hate their stinking guts. And we should have full spell points now because we just stayed a night over here. And it's true, it is. I'm going to wait on the Enchanted Spring. And let's go get this gold mine. Yeah. Whew. Let's not do that again. Cuthbert is going to continue to travel up this road until somebody stops him. I think that we're officially into Deja. That's why there's red flags being flown all around here. But I don't think that if I go in here that anything bad's actually going to happen to me. It's just like a prank. It's just a prank, bro. Bro, it's just a prank. We need the level 2 mage guild. We are short on gems. Let's trade for gems really quick. How many? 1, 2? I think it's 2. Yeah. And unlike in the first scenario, we are not going to try and make our heroes super special, super big and shiny. We're going to defeat our enemies as quickly as we can, as often as we can. We're going to go for the Cyclops Bank because I want the resources. These losses look okay. 2,800 experience and the expert earth magic. I do have the opportunity for basic diplomacy. What do you think, folks? One is clearly better than the other now, and one is good for later. I think that because I don't know what else I'm going to come up against, we're going to take the diplomacy. Earth magic now would be so good. So good. I'm going to prepare a little bit for the future, and we're going to take the diplomacy. 9 and 3, those losses look acceptable. The game might be not so in hand that I can simply just accept losses like that, but it feels okay when I have all these other troops coming so very quickly. I picked up the Mage Guild so I could consider getting the Green Dragons. I guess I'm going to wait. We'll pick up those up later. Let's grab all these troops here. Every single one of them. Let's get rid of these gentlemen. And this guy. Did good, did good. Oh, and I'm just out of gold. Huh, I did not see that coming. Okay. But I'm out of gold. I think that we'll do our best to start upgrading. Probably, no, not Dagger Court. Probably Forest Glen, because it's got the castle. We're going to upgrade Homestead, Unicorns, things like that over here. So we're going to head on that in that direction. Aislam continues to grab whatever they can. And there is this road over here. I don't know where it goes. I would like to find out. This area I feel pretty secure about. This other area, not so much. I don't know why red is not attacking me, but there is Cold Rain. There's some other stuff. Don't invade Deja unless you have to. I think it's too late for that. I think we've already done it. Last night, your sleep was racked with terrible dreams, visions of the dark events to come. You were haunted by images of a cloaked figure sweeping his skeletal hand across a grassy plain, leaving behind a desolate land overrun by legions of undead monsters. Sinister laughter echoed throughout your mind and soul. You awoke fearful and shaken, but still resolved to obtain the Ring of Vitality. Supply lines have been attacked yet again. That feels great. Feels so good. I wonder, canonically in Heroes of Might and Magic, how much dreams do or don't matter. I mean, this is a game where people have visions and things like that. Does it matter if you have a dream? I mean, how seriously should my heroes take a dream that they have of a skeletal hand sweeping a grassy plain? I just don't know the answer to that. But you would hope that if there are druids and sorceresses, and if they really think that there's a problem, you think that they would actually take that not lightly. Maybe we ought to know, maybe we ought not to. Maybe we'll find that out later. Okay. By the way, purple and then a quest guard here. I'm guessing that badge of courage is going to be pretty important. I'm guessing it will be. By the way, in case you were unaware, there, finally Cuthbert goes down. In case you were unaware, the badge of courage has that unique special ability where it will prevent your units from being influenced by mind spells. It's a really pretty nifty, I don't want to say Easter egg, but more like hidden mechanic. And most people already know about it, but if you didn't know about it, it's just fun that there's these interesting extra little things to be aware of in the game. I'm just happy it's a great game that it has so much depth to explore if you spend the time to enjoy yourself fully. I'm glad that we're finally over here to pick up that +1 knowledge. We're going to defeat these guards. 50 dwarves is not that much. Maybe we'll head to the north in a little bit. I suppose, hold on. What are my scenario objectives? Stop them from selling the Ring of Vitality. So I need to get the Ring of Vitality. I'm guessing I've got to go through light blue Keymaster's tents and things like that. Okay. So tell you what, let's grab the Naga Bank. Let's grab some of these other things. I think that Aislin's going to have a massive army. They are just going to hold down the fort for us. While Senka goes back to assist Gelu. But I've really secured all the green area. And anytime a red hero or a tan hero comes to get me, I think I'm going to see them in advance. So that should be fine for me. White population doubles, I don't really care. That's just more experience. Let's upgrade as many of these troops as we can. Feels weird to upgrade elves. Maybe I don't upgrade the elves. Maybe I upgrade literally everybody else, though. Yeah, we're going to upgrade everybody but the elves, because we're probably going to have the elves turned into sharpshooters later anyway. And then this is going to be this massive roaming force. More so than getting dragons, this is going to be important for me just to secure my borders. How is it that I've got 110 elves just chilling here? That is so many elves. So many elves. I like to keep my slower troops closer to my ranged creatures just for defending purposes. We're going to continue to do that. Feel really dumb that I'm losing Pegasi. No time to pick up any of these extra creatures. Water wheel. Elves. Whites. Oh, didn't actually want them to join me, but okay. And then on we go. By the way, it was mentioned to me, someone asked me, and it's a very good question, by the way, and so that's why I'm sharing the answer with you, and the question in the first place, for that matter. And the question was, hey, so why did you start off with the Shadow of Death? Of course, this is the Shadow of Death expansion. The Restoration of Erathia was Heroes of Might and Magic 1. Phixfox, why did you start off with, you know, the expansion and not the original Restoration of Erathia? The reason is because it was the one that I'm most used to, right? Like, I am most used to the Shadow of Death because in the complete edition for Heroes, it was the one that always comes first. And so because it comes first, I always just assumed that it was the first in the series, even though story-wise there was a lot of different elements that kind of get missed. Or, you know, you have to do in different orders, whatever. But that's why we do Shadow of Death now, is because it's what I'm used to. I'm used to having it first. So weird little extra things like that, but here it is. We're now going to take the Expert Earth Magic. We'll get the Advanced Wisdom later. We can't get to level 16, otherwise I would definitely take the Wisdom. But 8,000 gold, all this extra stuff, that feels pretty okay. We're going to do that. And we must defeat whites on our way to these War Unicorns. No, we're going to do a trade. We're going to do a complete and total swap. Gelu doesn't need any more experience, so I'm not going to let him steal any more of it. Okay. But maybe you also have the same experience that I did there, where maybe you played the complete edition first, and so you just assumed that it was one way when it was actually the other way. That doesn't hurt my feelings if anybody else feels the same way that I do. But I can tell you for sure that I've actually never completed all the campaigns here in Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Never have. Never have. Phixfox, you're kidding me. You've never completed all the scenarios? Yeah, I never have. And the biggest issue for me with playing Heroes of Might and Magic before the Horn of the Abyss, I don't want to call it an expansion. It's not an well, it's a fan-made expansion. It's an expansion, and as far as I'm concerned, Horn of the Abyss is canonical. Like, it's, I mean, it counts. It should be considered just as good or better than anything else out there. It's not a mod. It's not like F-Heroes 2, where it's like building it from the ground up. It's just, I don't know, but Horn of the Abyss is the way that you should play Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I fully believe. I have no doubt about it in my mind. And it seems to me that it was much harder to defeat all the campaigns in the past when I had to fight every single battle. One of the best bonuses you get with Horn of the Abyss is the ability to just auto-combat fights. It was always death by 1,000 cuts. Like, it just felt so bad to struggle through every single fight, and there was always a part of you that didn't want to turn off auto combat, because you can always go here and just manually tick it and just go quick combat. But to leave it on and then have the opportunity to refight the battle yourself if you don't like the way that the computer played it means that you can keep it on all the time. And if you don't, you risk losing a lot of troops. You dirty dog. Thankfully, I got all the troops out of there, but I'm very not impressed with whoever just did that. Who was that? Was it you, Small Fry? Forest Glen, Bone Dragons. Wow, we better get dragons pretty quick. But really, it was the biggest thing that kept me from actually defeating every single campaign in Heroes of Might and Magic 3 was just having to fight every single battle. Eventually, you get tired of playing the game when you're fighting all these battles and just suck the life out of you. You know, it's not difficult. It just takes base level brain power to get through it. Feels kind of bad. And so I'm glad that with the Horn of the Abyss edition, that's not an issue anymore. And it feels really, really good. So I've always loved Heroes of Might and Magic, but whether it was Horn of the Abyss or whether it was F-Heroes 2, in both instances, it was very, very welcome of a change. Why the enemy came out to attack me here, I don't know. They seem to think that they're tough. They seem to not know that I can drop 475 points of damage onto them. I'm going to immediately waste some of the damage by lightning bolting their little ammo cart there, but we're going to do a lot of damage. I do want to move the unicorns out of the way. I don't want to take damage from this lich. One unicorn goes down. We kill a whole ton of their bone dragons. And so I'm actually, I will let everybody know when I for sure have never played a certain campaign. I don't think I even finished all of the Shadow of Death ever. I generally know about where the story is going, especially up to once necromancers get involved, more so than they are now. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But more than that, I mean, I can't say. And so I hope that you don't hold that against me. Hope that you don't say, oh, why are we listening to this guy then? He doesn't even know what he's talking about. He's never even completed the whole campaign. I'd like to think at this point that my gameplay has spoken for itself. And more than that, I'm not here to be the all-time greatest Heroes of Might and Magic player you've ever seen. I think that I would much rather prefer to be more entertaining and talking about like the stories, elements that come with the Heroes of Might and Magic. That's really what I would prefer to do. I recognize that I still can do an awful lot more to make myself more intriguing in that way, but I mean, I personally care a lot more about the story than I do the gameplay. Wait a second, is that true? Do I care more about the story than I do the gameplay? Here's the deal. There are so many good reasons to play Heroes of Might and Magic, one of which is absolutely the tactical gameplay. This is a good, sound, solid tactical game. It's a very wonderful tactical game. You pause to help a diplomat with a broken axle fix his problem. In gratitude, he gives you a medal with magical properties, which he says will help people see things your way. Funny enough, if we got this Statesman's medal, it's not going to help Gelu, but it could help everybody else. So that's kind of nifty. You can take the knowledge here. And I actually got to go up and get that School of Magic pretty quick. But I mean, and it's a fantastic game. Not just good, it's great strategically. And yet, I tend to play it more for the story than anything. That's the thing that really keeps me going when I'm playing Heroes of Might and Magic is, hey, I got to find out what happens next. Maybe that seems silly, but the mechanics are just a means for me to get this awesome story. That's how I look at it. So, and I've mentioned previous times, or I've asked people, you know, why do you play Heroes of Might and Magic? Is it for the strategy? Is it for the story? And pretty interesting, actually. We're going to take the spell power here so we get up to 3 spell power. 3 and 6. 3 spell power, 6 knowledge actually feels like a pretty good mix. I've asked people why they play Heroes of Might and Magic in 2024, because at this point the game is over 20 years old. And the answer I get is equal parts story, equal parts gameplay, and equal parts, surprisingly, in Heroes of Might and Magic 3's case, equal parts the online competitive play. You meet a traveler who offers to let you draw a card from a strange deck that he carries. When you refuse, he draws one himself. He has a momentary look of surprise on his face and then vanishes with a pop, dropping the cards to the floor. You gather them and leave +1 to our luck. Very nice. And I mean, truly, I'm for it. I just never expected that the Horn of the Abyss bringing some solid online competitive play. I never really actually thought that that would be a draw for people, because I've never personally viewed Heroes of Might and Magic as that type of game. But I suppose I'm glad that people do feel that way, because it's making people want to play the game more, and that's fine for me. We have Wise Oak, we have a Unicorn Glade. There's an awful lot going on up here. We better stick to our guns here. Oh, Cold Soul. Glorious victory. Probably can lose less troops here. We've got so many spell points. Let's just get ready to rock and roll. Here, 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 there, there. Okay. It's gonna be a lot of elves going down. But yeah, it just seems a little bit strange to me that that's the reason. Like, that's the reason why people are interested in Heroes 3 these days, is because of the online competitive play, because it didn't start off that way. I know that we've all probably said to ourselves at one point or the other, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I could play hot seat with people far, far away? But I don't know, it just never seemed to me that Heroes of Might and Magic was meant for online competitive play. I'm thrilled that it is used that way, but I just never anticipated. Never did. The enemy is staying back, by the way. I think that that's a good choice from them. Those castle walls are going to do an awful lot of damage. I'm grateful I've got the ballistics here. It's actually doing pretty tremendous for me. Taking 2 shots instead of 1 goes a long, long way. Rather than kill the 2 liches, I'm just going to back off like this. And we're probably going to back off with the Pegasi in just 1 second, as we continue to try and get lucky. And we get lucky. Because we've now got access in, I'm going to cast the haste on the unicorns. I'm going to let them go in just 1 second. They're going to obliterate probably the bone dragons. And then with that being said, let's kill vampires here. Let's see. Oh, let's not waste our damage. Let's kill some more of these black knights. And then let's kill one more bone dragon here. I'll let the liches take their shots. Ooh, 185 points of damage from that chain lightning. Spicy. Very spicy. Okay. From here, I don't actually think I need to fight this fight anymore. I think that the battle's won. 8, 4, 69, and 3. That's way better than the losses were before. Maybe the enemy gets one more spell off. Maybe they don't. But Equestrian Gloves, such a good pickup. Expert Fire Magic. Here's where that's really nice for me. Inferno. That's going to be doing tons of damage. And then the Expert Blind. Blindness persists until the unit is attacked or dispelled, but there is no counterattack when it's an Expert Blind. So when the blind is broken by a damaging spell or attack, there's no retaliation. That is always very, very nice. That's a big deal. So we are taking Deja. They've got nothing. They are in fact running, it looks like. They're hiding. They're hiding. I don't think I need anything in Cold Soul. We're just gonna go up the way. See who we can track down. Rissa. Yeah, we'll see if we can get Rissa. Take Wise Oak because it's here. That's fine. 16 sharpshooters is a lot, but I'm fine with that. And we'll take the Expert Leadership here. I really need the... As we've mentioned, I really need... Oh, dragons. The Scholar. That's really my point and purpose for being here. Dendroid Guards. No problem. Whites. No problem. Advanced Scholar. Finally, there we are. And I'm glad I've got another hero who's following this up. It's going to be nice to help pick up some of these nice things and clear out this area quickly. So we have the dark blue Keymaster's tent, light blue, purple. Purple's here. Green. Where else do we go with this? I'm a little lost at the moment. Anyway, let's pick up our dragons and then go. This is a really nifty little town because if you get it early on, then you have a huge bonus because it starts with dragons, but you got to go through this light blue border guard. So you got to go here and then you can scoot up to the right if you wanted to. As you can tell, I haven't made it my ultimate goal, but it's been fine for me. I could take out Cold Rain. I'm going to go and make sure that my Rampart castles in the center are doing fine. Hopefully I don't lose Elf Wind. It looks like I'm probably going to, though. Let's upgrade everything here. What's the level 5 spell here? Summon Earth Elemental. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to try and stop Clavius from doing too much there. And what's this? Light blue? Okay, so there's multiple light blue border tents, which is kind of interesting. But where do I go from here? Did we say in the upper right corner there was the Keymaster tent? There was the guy who we're supposed to stop? I think so, actually. Hold on, there it is. Yeah, Seer's Hut. There we go. So we're going to step on the Seer's Hut just to see what we need to do here. Before I can tell you where the ring is located, you must prove your worth to me by bringing me the Badge of Courage. Do not return without this artifact. Okay, and so that's right here. Let's see. Let's just go straight there with Gelu. And let's have Sanka probably turn over the rest of these creatures, and then we can turn around all of this. And then we will try and take out whatever's left in this upper right corner with, let's call it, 2 dragons. That should be enough. Yeah, Sanka should be able to deal with all that. And meanwhile, Clavius didn't actually rush to attack us, and that might be their downfall. We'll see. Nope, they're going to get into the castle, I think. Force to suffer a bitter defeat. Can we prevent that? Not too sure, not too sure. This isn't worth it to me. I'm just going to hit finish combat. Yeah, we're just going to let the enemy go in. They're not even going to pull up in there. They're just going to let us go. Aislin's now max. Going to take this castle here on day 7. We're going to escape. Elves. More elves. We'll take Grand Elves, sure. And then I'm actually a little bit sad. Diplomat's Ring. So Diplomat's Ring and the Statesman's Medal. Any chance that we get the Sash as well for the combinable artifact? Possible. We're not going to pick up this +1 at the star axis. It's just a little bit too far out of our way now that we've already left for Gelu. It's just not that big of a priority for me. Grand Elves will lose a couple Centaurs. Pick up the Diplomat's Ring. You pause to help a Diplomat with a broken axe will fix this problem. Again? Is this the same guy? Is he just trying to... Is this like... Is he a weirdo? Is he a weirdo? And here's what I mean. Is he that guy? Is he just trying to like take off all of his clothes and be like, oops. First it was my medal and now it's my ring. Next it's gonna be my sash. Who knows after that? It's like, you are creepy, get out of here. Beat it, buddy. No, not like that. Oh, jeez. Anyway, okay, Centaurs, off we go. And then I'd really try and keep everything I do here very PG, by the way. Like, maybe occasionally gets into PG-13 area, but I try and keep it all pretty above board. I'm not here to say that I am squeaky clean in my private life with my language or anything like that, but I really try to make sure that I'm keeping things nice and above board here. I don't think that excessive foul language serves anybody at all. I really don't. We could have gotten the treasuries a long time ago. We would have a lot of gold. It's okay. It's fine. It seems to me, though, like it's not the kind of thing that I enjoy hearing constantly. And so I prefer not to be the one to put out that kind of vibe also. If you would like to see the excessively the uncut, unrated version of Phixfox playing Heroes of Might and Magic 2 or 3. It's never going to happen, but let me know, so at least that way I know. No one told me if you're coming. We never actually picked this up, did we? Huh. Yeah, let me know, just so that way I know if there's an audience or not. I will absolutely disappoint you, and you're not going to get anything there, but just in case, it's worth knowing what people are interested in or not. Okay. Purple Questmaster. Oh, and I'm glad we took Gelu here. Alas, this Gelu. After saving a young boy from a vicious pack of wolves, you return him to his father's manor. The grateful nobleman awards you with the badge of courage. And I think that we just need the badge of courage up here, right? Yeah, let's go up to Wendell the Seeker. We're going to lose this castle here. No problems. Funny how I say no problems. It's like, well, it's kind of a problem. I do want to get extra bonus stats for anybody I have. But at this point, having controlled the center of the board, I don't think I actually need to advance into Red's territory. I don't need a total victory here. We're just going to sleep Christian. Tan has been vanquished. Interesting. I didn't do that. I really don't think I was the one that did that. Just in case Gelu's the one that needs to hand off this badge, I'm going to let him. And I'm going to move over all this other stuff. All this other stuff. Here. And here. And then try and get Sanka into the front so that they can do some serious damage. Get some nice experience points. Stuff like that. There's plenty of red heroes to feast upon if I can just get to them. You have proven your worthiness. For this, I revealed the location of the Ring of Vitality to you. The man who has it lives in a small hut southwest of here. He has hidden the ring and will give it only to those whom I deem worthy. I will alert him of your impending arrival. Take these angel wings to speed you on your way. When you arrive, he will give you what you seek. Angel wings worn about your shoulders. These wings allow you to fly. What? What a great way to end this scenario. That actually feels really, really nice that I don't have to do too much more. That was just like the AI being like, you did it. Now just get out of my hair. Which, if you're gonna do that, I feel like you might as well just let me win the scenario, right? Like, if you're just gonna roll over like that, because from here, how could I possibly lose? Unless bandits take every little bit of my gold. Southwest. So southwest. I'm assuming it's through this green border gate. It's gotta be, right? Let's go get some levels. Tons of experience. Here. 704. That's something anyway. And then here, how about? Whoa, that's Sandro. Hey, that is the Sandro, by the way, just in case you wondered. And there's finally Expert Scholar. That feels pretty good. We can now start to move the rest of our troops back and forth as we so choose. The enemy has fled. No more experience. All of our heroes are up to level 15. At least the heroes that we care about. So we're not going to continue to fight the enemy. We have broken their souls. Broken their spirit, anyway. Breaking of the soul requires a little bit more finesse than what I've done here. But I suppose that means I can start to really just build up these mage guilds all the way. At least to level 4. Yeah, Slayer, that's not bad. Prayer, I definitely want Prayer. I definitely want Counter-Strike. Can't get anything there. We're going to stay one more night here. And let's just try and make sure we don't win before Acelin can get everywhere. Okay. Yeah, so it's going to take just a second here. Level 4 spells. So we're up to those spells. That's good. Down to Elfwind. We've been there recently, but we'll go all the same. Very nice. Collar of Conjuring. We're going to ignore that. Bathier. Where is this guy? Oh, +1 to attack. We're going to grab that in just a second. Here. Back to here. I guess we don't need to trade those spells. And then it doesn't really matter who gets these final spells here. Okay. +1 attack. I don't think I need dragons. I think that the scenario is just about over. So close. Maybe there's some nice spells here. Do I have... I just have the basic wisdom. It could be useful to get some more spells there. See, like this, the dark blue border guard, it doesn't matter. I can just walk right by it, right? Because I've got the angel wings. See, like there's no point in having... If you have fly, if you have dimension door, the scenario should be pretty much one. Doesn't matter what you do at this point. And then into here. Magic mirror. Aislin's already got that. They don't need it. So, okay. Alrighty. So, folks, I'm going to assume that we're about to win the scenario. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. I really, really love Heroes of Might and Magic, and I hope that that comes through as we play. And I hope that you enjoy everything that we do here. Because if I'm not worth your time, I definitely would rather you spend it somewhere that's more productive for you. But if you have downtime and you'd like to spend the time with me, I always sure appreciate having you with me. My friend Phelan has told me to expect the pale one called Gelu. Are you he? Finally, it is you. I have what you need. Do you accept? Let me just check. I don't need this talisman. And so we will take the Ring of Vitality and we can claim victory. Folks, with that being said, we're going to be on to scenario 3 in the Elixir of Life campaign. Of course, things are now heating up. We are no longer just doing a training exercise. We are here to overwhelm our foes. We are here to save the Empire and fight many, many more necromancers. And it will be Valley of the Dragon Lords that we do next. And that looks like it's going to be pretty fun for us. Anytime you can start off with a green dragon as your bonus, that feels so good. Let's hope that we don't roll the 3,000 gold here. Who wouldn't want one green dragon? But until that time, folks, look after you, look after your friends, look after your family. I'm always thrilled to hear from you. And so until I see you again, look after you, look after anybody that matters. I'll catch you in the next one. Phixfox, out.